Okay, I see recording. Do you see recording?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Tammy Ferguson, and this is my colleague, Casey Smith, and we're going to talk today about her experiences in the doctoral program at UNCW. Hi, Casey.
Hey, Tammy. Can you
Okay.
hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
On the beat, going live. All right. So talk to me about your interest in getting your doctorate and what motivated you to enroll in the doctoral program.
My interest in enrolling stemmed from basically having a realization as a teacher that if I continued to be a public school teacher for the next 20 or so years, that I wouldn't be very happy and content with the person that I was going to be in the future, like in a mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually way. So I was just trying to be proactive and think about how I could still like sort of stoke my passion for education, but also like take care of myself in the long run. And it became kind of a ticket out, so to speak. And that's unfortunate, really, because there's not, I mean, not everyone can afford in time and money to get a doctorate.
Right.
And I think that's one of the challenges we face in public education, especially with the teacher workforce that we're trying to recruit and retain, that there needs to be more pathways and more options for educators as they progress through their career. So that was kind of my main motivation. And I think I mentioned to you before that my dad also had gotten his doctorate like in his 40s, and he has always planted this subconscious seed to me. Well, when you get your doctorate, then da 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 da. And for a long time, I was just laughing because I was thinking, Dad, I'm not gonna get my doctorate. You know, I appreciate your wish for me, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. But then it came around to where it was what I wanted to do. So
right.
I'm sure his subconscious planting had a bigger role than I realized, though.
So tell me, in that same vein, how do you think it's going to feel when you can look at your dad and you're both Dr. Smith? How do you think that's going to make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's funny too. I mean, Smith is such a common last name, and I work with Dr. Smith and Jamie Smith, who is also in the program. We've worked a lot together, so I have a lot of Dr. Smiths that I look up to and admire.
Should get you a shirt made for your dad, or for you to wear to show your dad, that says Dr. Smith squared.
That's funny because that's what Jamie and I did you know Jamie and I called ourselves that?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, now one time we did something with Dr. Smith, so I was like, this is Dr. Smith cubed. Bring my dad into the picture, we'll make it Dr. Smith to the 4th power.
That's right. Because my oldest son wants to get his doctorate, so that just popped into my head that first he'll get his further down the road, I'll have to get him a shirt that says Dr. Ferguson squared.
Yes.
So it would be almost appropriate, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it's been cool. I mean, it's been nice to be able to talk to my dad throughout the journey, and I think he's learned a lot about how a doctoral sort of journey has progressed since the time he did it, but he's also been able to coach me in some aspects.
So tell me, in what ways has being a doctoral student contributed to either your professional growth or your personal growth?
They're pretty limitless. I feel like probably about a year before I really started the program, I was spending quite a bit of time on my own personal growth. And so that sort of segued really well into this sort of professional arena with the program. And there are lenses that we talk about in our program a lot that I now have that I will never ever be able to take off. They will never be blurry again. And so it changes the way it has changed the way that I approach every single day in my day-to-day job, and even outside of the profession, you know, in the community and with friends and family.
Right.
So just the context that I've been able to learn in the program about history, and more than anything about having a critical lens, and that not always being a negative thing, but being a powerful and a healthy thing that helps not only me grow, but the organization and the people that I work with grow as well.
So I know that you're all about student voice and giving the students the platform to be able to share and choose how they want their education to go for themselves. And I know you've been doing a lot of things at UNCW and at the state level. So tell me something that's your favorite, that was maybe one that stood out the most to you, that you were like, yeah, this is why this interests me. This is why this is important to me.
You know, I there was something that just happened this week, I guess, that would be the best example because it's still fresh in my brain. I have to participate in a lot of parent conferences. And when I was interviewed for the job, I said, you know, I will want to always have students present when we are talking about them and decisions that affect them. And I will want to coach people and support people in implementing student-led conferences. And I said, I know that takes time and it takes kind of this mind shift. And just this week, we parents were coming in for a couple of brothers, and I had talked to the mom, and I had said to the mom, you know, I want to have your sons there at the beginning, and I would like to hear from them. We can ask them some questions, but it's really important that we really hear from them what they are experiencing and what they see as their strengths or their areas for growth. And it was interesting when it came time for that meeting, I got pushback from my colleagues about that. And not that they didn't want them to be there, but just that they were, well, we usually have them come after when we've made some decisions. And I said, yes, that's actually why I want them to be here first, because we are going to be making decisions that directly affect them and their education. And I think it's really important that we hear from them first. So, and I kind of followed up with that colleague after the fact the next day and just said, you know, I'm always going to privilege every opportunity I have. I'm going to privilege and position the voice of a student first. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
So being, you know, getting to know you and taking classes with you, when you first started talking about that, you know, my reaction was like, but you'd be happy to know that with the elimination of grad project, I teach seniors. I have all of them at my school. And when that grad project was no longer required, I said, okay, I want you to take a day and I want you to come back and tell me what you think you would like to see us do in place of that. Do you want to still do the class? Would you want to do something that you think would be feasible and would work for you? And they did. And we're still trying to, you know, mesh it out a little bit, but, you know,
yeah, it's about, I think, releasing a lot of that control or that power that we think we have to have as adults, and recognizing that if we would just shut up and listen sometimes.
Right, because for some of them, they're done with all their coursework. They would technically graduate now in January on paper. And I said, if that's your position, just do it. Finish. Bye. You know, not that we don't want you here, but, you know, we can fit you and get you to other places that would be more beneficial to you than sitting here in study halls all day. Like,
yeah. So, good.
Yeah, so we're trying, because it's, you know, a struggle, even with just the small group that we have. I can't imagine having to deal with. So,
yeah.
All right. So, what are you most looking forward to learning as you complete your degree, as we get closer and closer to dissertation and graduation?
I guess I'm most looking forward to the day or days when things continue to converge for me. So, having had, you know, the decade plus of classroom teaching experience, and then now being in this new coordinator coaching role, but then also being in grad school, grounding a lot of our curriculum work in critical theory, and also simultaneously all of that time working with a mentor, studying how to support innovation, which in some contexts can have a very like neoliberal sort of background for grounding. So I'm looking forward to figuring out how continually to bring all of that together. Not necessarily like all of that, but you know what I mean? Just looking forward to figuring out how to best apply what I have been experiencing on my day-to-day into one cohesive piece of work that I can feel good about working on, and I can feel good about submitting and being done with.
So if you,
and theoretically, working on after the actual dissertation, but
yeah. So if you could do a book study with your new colleagues, or not really a book study, but recommend one book that we've read in our program, in any of our classes, which one would you recommend?
I think the one that I have like bought the most and gifted to people, because I feel like it's most accessible to someone who hasn't had the background buildup that we've had, is the Paul Gorski's Teaching and Reaching Students in Poverty.
Yes, that book was so good.
It's pretty powerful, and it's so just immediately applicable and practical. That, I mean, you have to, if you're going to ask a working teacher professional to read something, you better be sure that it's practical. And I also love the fact that book is less than 200 pages. That is another benefit to passing on. And I have passed it on. A colleague from my previous school who was very, very involved in a lot of the student government and homecoming and like all of these different activities that tend to perpetuate inequities without really realizing it. She's the one I passed it on to, because I knew that she just needed that knowledge and she would apply it if she had it. And she texted me not long ago and was just like, "Oh my gosh, like, I'm so glad you gave me this book." And she was just so excited about how she could be able to apply it. So that was uplifting.
It's pretty cool too, actually. I've recommended that same book as well. What else would you like to share about your doctoral experience? You're pursuing your degree.
I think I would just share that. I mean, who am I sharing for?
Would you tell somebody to do this? I think we talked about that the last time. Would you say, "Hey, this is something you should do"? I'm sure, like I think you said when we tried to do this first time, that you have a colleague who you told them they should have been in the doc program yesterday.
Yeah. I think I draw a comparison with marriage. If you're going to commit to the doctoral program, like, you better be sure you're ready to see it through. It's not something you're gonna want to quit. You're gonna want to stop, give up, and uncommit. And you really have to be in that state of mind where you recognize that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I feel like marriage is like that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't survive that the first time, so that's why I can make the comparison.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart, either of those institutions.
That's right.
But Lord I'm with you. I think it's definitely been something I have thought, what am I doing this for? All right.
Good questions asked.
Yes, I think I would have asked more beforehand. I don't think I would have just went by somebody saying, "You could do it, you could do it, you could do it."
Well, and that's why I draw the comparison, because when I do have friends that call and tell me they're getting married, then I'm like, "Oh yeah, like, I want to ask you like 21 questions now." from a place of love, you know, like, and it's the same with a doctoral program. Like, I wouldn't just say like, yeah, you can do it. No, let's talk about this, because let's make sure you you understand what's on the other side.
Yeah, that you understand that there are Dr. Parkers who are amazing teachers, but their classes are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this with me, and enjoy your Saturday.
Sorry you had to wait the week. I promise I'm doing my best.
No, that's all right. We're good. We're fine.
All right.
I will see you soon. I will
All
not
right.
have class on Tuesday.
Okay.
So if you don't see me, that's why. Braden's last marching band showcase is Tuesday. So.
Oh, nice.
I know. I'm kind of sad, but
Good.
anyway, I will see you.
All right. Have fun.
All right. Thanks. Bye, Casey.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.